Good afternoon. Welcome to the class. So today I have Professor Joseph with me. I've invited him as a guest lecturer to teach you the ways how you can improve your writing skill. So if you pay your attention to the lecture, you will benefit, I hope. So I invite you to pay your attention. Dear Professor, the floor is yours. You can start now.
Good afternoon. Nice to see all of you here. Today we are going to see the importance of certain ways of writing properly in English language. If you can allow me for a few minutes, I will introduce this class to our online viewers. Hello, online viewers. We are in the classroom here. It's a live classroom. We have got around 30 to 35 students sitting in front of me. They are attending the class. All of them are students of Jimma University, Ethiopia. We are going to see today the importance of writing properly, arranging the words properly in our sentences so that we can make our readers to understand it well. You got it? This is our title. So all the online viewers who will be watching this video, you can join us. Let's proceed with the class. So my dear students, once again, I'm so happy to see all of you. Those who are sitting at the back, can you hear me? Good. There is a major difference between speaking English and writing English. In speaking, you can speak in any way which you feel comforted, which you think your listener can understand when you speak to them. In speaking, you can use any word as per your audience because you have your listener in front of you, or you may be talking to them over phone. The one who is listening to you will be your friend or will be your relative. They will be able to understand you. Even if they don't understand at the other end, you can explain to them using some more words when you speak to them. If your listener is sitting in front of you, you can also make them understand by using your body language. But in writing English, you are just writing whatever you want to write, and then the reader will be somewhere. He is not going to read what you wrote by sitting in front of you. Right? Suppose you write an application to the president of the university. You go there and you hand over your application to the secretary there, and you will come back. Later on, the president will read your application. You are not going to be there to sit with him and to explain what you wrote there. He will read it and he will take his own action on it. You got me? Now, it's your responsibility to make him understand exactly what you want him to understand by using your words rightly and in correct places. You have to know to use the right words and in right place. Then only he can understand well what you wrote. If he doesn't understand well, then the purpose for which you wrote that application will not be carried out. Do you understand me? Suppose you are there, you can explain to him. This is possible when you talk to him, when you speak in English. But when you write in English, you have to take care of your vocabularies, the right words, the right way you have to write them, the way how you have to use the punctuational mark rightly. All these things should be in your mind when you write something to somebody. I believe you are understanding, right? This is a major difference between speaking a language and writing in a language. Now today we are going to see some three important aspects that you have to take care when you are writing English. Otherwise, your writing will not be understood by the one to whom you wrote. You got it? Even in your examinations also, you have to write clearly your answer so that your examiner will be able to understand your answer according to the question. Suppose imagine your examiner cannot understand what you wrote. What will happen? You will lose your marks. You will not pass the examination. Am I right or wrong? Yes. So you will have to even take care of your handwriting, the way you arrange the words, the way you follow the grammar when you write. Many things are there to take note of when we write something. Today we are going to discuss one important thing in three different ways. The important thing is we must know the right words and the right order of the words when we write English language. So knowing to use the right words in the right place is what we are going to see today. You got the point? Good. So we can put the title as this: the importance of using the right words in the right place. In other words, you can also say the importance of word order. Word order. The importance of word order. Word order. If you do not know to use the right word in right place in your sentence, then there are three things supposedly will take place. There are three things that will take place if you don't know to use the words, right words in the right place in your sentences. If you do not know how to arrange the word in order in your sentences, then there are three things that will supposedly will happen. Let's see what are they. Number one, meaning will change. Meaning changes. Okay? Meaning changes. Number two, I'll tell you later on, I will write on the board because we will have to take some examples for this. Number two will be creating ambiguity. I'll tell you what it is later. Number three will be influencing the grammar. Let's see the first one, meaning changes. I'm going to give you two examples here. Let us discuss together. All right? Example one. What's your name, Mr. Abdul Salam? So I'll take only Abdu, okay? Just to write shortly. Abdu. Is it the right spelling? Good. Had his car washed. Abdu had his car washed. I'm writing the same sentence in another way. Abdu had washed his car. Okay? First way of writing, Abdu had his car washed. Second way of writing, Abdu had washed his car. Can anyone say what's the difference between these two sentences? We are using the same words in both the sentences. Yes or no? Abdu, had, washed, his, car. We did not add any new word. We did not delete any word from here to here. We used the same words. The only difference is we have changed the order of words in this sentence. When you say Abdu had his car washed, the meaning of this sentence is, listen carefully. Abdu did not wash his car, but somebody else washed his car. You understand? Maybe Abdu took his car to a garage and there the workers in the garage washed his car. So Abdu had his car washed. In the second sentence, Abdu had washed his car. This means it is Abdu who washed the car. Abdu who washed his car, not somebody else. Do you understand or no? So you will have to know, suppose you want to say that you washed your car by yourself, then you will have to know in writing how to arrange the words in order. You want to say that you washed your car by yourself, but when you are writing, if you use this sentence, what does it mean? It will naturally mean that you did not wash, but somebody else washed your car. But you actually wanted to say you washed your car. You got the point? Just we changed the order of this word to this place. That's it. Otherwise, we did not do any other changes in these sentences. Just by changing the place of this word to this place in this sentence, the meaning changes. You got the point? One more example. What's your name now? Gutta. Guteta. Guteta. Is it okay? Guteta gave only 100 bir to one more name. Huh? Abdi. Read this sentence. By the time I write the same sentence in another way. Look at these sentences. Can you tell me the difference between these two sentences in the meaning? Yes, Guteta.
The second one is no other person will support me. Except me, nobody given the money for the other person.
You very good, very good. You are really intelligent. Clap for him, mister. Good. Let's read these sentences. Guteta gave only 100 bir to Abdi. Meaning of the sentence is, Guteta gave Abdi only 100 rupees and not more than 100 rupees and not less than 100 rupees. You got it?
Yeah.
Right. We did not add any new word in this sentence from this sentence, or we did not delete any word from this sentence when we wrote this sentence. All the words are the same. Just because we replaced one word in a different place, the meaning changes. The second sentence means, as Guteta told us, it is only Guteta who gave 100 bir to Abdi, not anybody else. Do you understand? You got the point or no? Yes. So just because we replaced this word only from this place to the first place in the second sentence, the meaning changes. Imagine you wanted to say to your friend, Abdi wanted to say to his friend, for example, hey, Kuteta gave me only 100 bir today. I was thinking he will give me more than 100 bir, but he gave me only 100 bir. What can we do? We cannot even drink Coca-Cola for each of us. Suppose he wants to say this, and when he wanted to say this way, it's only Guteta gave me 100 rupees, not anybody else. And your friend will ask him, yeah, only Guteta will give you. Who else will give you? Yes or no? So the meaning changes. We are not communicating the right meaning, what we want our listener to take from us. So we have to be careful when we use the words in our sentences. We must know to put them in the right places. Not only we should know how to put them in the right places, right word order, but we should also know how to use the right words. Right words in the right place. You got the point? Very good. So these type of changes in the meaning will take place if you do not know the word order when you write. In writing, you will not be there to explain to anybody to whom you are writing. So you need to use the words rightly in right places. Take care of these things when you write English. I believe even in your language, it should be the same. Yes or no? Right. So we'll move to the other one. I said about three things. The second one is it creates ambiguity. You know the meaning of ambiguity? Ambiguity means you mean more than one meaning when you write something in English. You are writing something. Imagine your writing can mean two different meanings. Which one your reader will take? Which meaning you want your reader to understand with? Your writing should have one meaning or two meanings. Suppose you write a sentence. You want your reader to understand you well by having only one meaning, or you want them to have more than one meaning. When you write to someone, you want them to understand you clearly with the precise meaning you want them to understand, or you want them to be confused by writing in such a way that your sentence means more than one meaning. Yeah, good thought. Tell me.
But once we write something, we need again to support the other meaning.
So you want your reader to understand exactly, correctly, whatever you want them to understand. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Or you want to confuse them by different meanings?
I say again what I wrote once to explain them again. I want to mean this. In other words, once I write something what here, I wanted to explain again. I give
So that they will understand you again correctly.
yeah.
Correct, no, good. So he means he wants his reader to understand him properly. That's it. He wants his reader to get the meaning exactly. That's the meaning. Right? All of you should be like that. Even I should be like that. When I write something to somebody, I want them to understand what is in my mind exactly. I should not confuse them by writing in such a way that my sentence means more than one meaning. I'm going to give you some examples for this. Friends, if you do not know to use the right words in right places in your sentences, if you do not know the word order to arrange the words in the right place in your sentence, then this problem also will likely take place. Do you understand me? The first problem was what was it? What was the first problem we just saw? Yeah, there will be a change in the meaning. Now, the second one is, if you don't know to follow the word order, then it will create ambiguity. Right? Let me use the pronoun here. I love some imaginary name, okay? Salam more than Yodit, okay? Let us keep this like that, okay? I love Salam more than Yodit. Salam and Yodit and me, we are three people in this sentence. I love Salam more than Yodit. Just one single sentence. In this sentence, people can read it and understand in two different ways. There is no any direct meaning. Actually, the meaning will confuse the reader to whom we are writing. How you know? I love Salam more than I love Yodit. Do you get me? It's me who loves Salam and it's me who love Yodit also. But I love Salam more than I love Yodit. You understand me? Right. The second way that we can mean it I love Salam. At the same time, Yodit also loves Salam. But the love, the degree of my love to Salam is more than Yodit loving Salam. Do you understand? In the first meaning, it's only me who love Salam and who love Yodit. But in the second meaning, Salam is the person and I love Salam. Yodit also loves Salam. So when compared to Yodit love to Salam, my love is more. That's the meaning in the second meaning. So one sentence gives more than one meaning. So sometimes the readers, if the reader doesn't know your mind, if the reader is a strange person, some new person to whom you are writing, cannot understand the exact meaning what you want them to understand. If you are writing to someone who knows you, then okay, they can understand you well. Suppose you are writing to a stranger, they can also mean in another way this sentence. So it will create a confusion. It will create ambiguity. Ambiguity meaning more than one meaning. Let's see one more sentence. Look at this sentence. Abdi saw the man with a telescope. Abdi saw the man with a telescope. Abdi saw the man with a telescope. Look at this sentence. Abdi saw one man. Okay. Let me try to read these sentences, try to understand the meaning. Okay. Abdi saw the man with a telescope. Now the second way of reading. Abdi saw the man with a telescope. The first way of understanding the meaning, Abdi saw the man with the telescope. Second way of reading and understanding the meaning is, Abdi saw the man with the telescope. How many of you understood? Yeah, again, only Kudata. Is there anybody else, mister? We have only 2 girls, so let us not disturb them, okay? Oh, 3 girls. Good. Yes, Gudata.
These are the person who stand with the numbers or a telescope.
Ah,
Both compared together.
okay.
The other is once reading to me.
Okay. Abdi saw the man with the telescope.
Yeah, Abdi
Yeah.
see the person who stand with he himself see a man using a computer.
Beautiful. That's nice. In this sentence, we have got 2 meanings. One, Abdi saw the man using a telescope. It was Abdi who had the telescope with him. The other meaning is Abdi saw the man who was standing with the telescope with him. You got it or no? So this is the meaning here. There are 2 meanings. We saw 2 meanings in one sentence. Again, we saw 2 meanings in this sentence also. Got the point? Okay, I'll give you another sentence also for you to understand it in a better way. The professor, or you can use teacher also here, or lecturer, whatever it may be. The professor told us on Monday we have an exam. The professor told us on Monday we have an exam. I want someone else to interpret it, not only Gutata. What's your name? Good. Yes, Pastor Sir. Tell.
When he says open that they have done some information or given some information for us to exam or about for exam. When we reporting that information for a third person, we can use that. That means told us on Monday we have an exam. At that time we have reporting the information or exchanging information for other person.
Okay. Yeah, I will tell you clearly what he is trying to tell you. Okay, let me tell you. The professor told us on Monday we have an exam. Okay. Meaning number one is professor told us on Monday that we have an exam. The telling happened on Monday. This Monday is not connected to the exam. Do you understand? It was on Monday the professor told you in the class that you will have an exam. The other meaning is professor told us on Monday we have an exam. Meaning your exam will be on Monday. The first meaning is professor informed you on Monday. The second meaning is your exam will be on Monday. I think Gudata understands.
The first one is appointment.
Yeah.
The second one is the day on which we use our exam.
Very good. Very good. That's nice. Good. So this is how we create ambiguity if we do not know to write exactly well using the right words in our sentence. Got the point? Right. The third one is, so in order to make it clear, it's better to write separately. I love Salam more than I love Yodit. Yeah. Yes. Yes. So the other way is, I love Salam more than Yodit loves Salam. That's how you have to write clearly. You know, Dr. Gupta wants me to tell you how else we can write it correctly. That's what he wanted me to tell you. Yeah.
So you can explain when it comes to speaking.
That's what in the beginning I told you.
All right. You don't have room to explain. To avoid ambiguity.
That's right.
The option we have is writing appropriately.
Appropriately. Writing properly.
Exactly the way you are.
So if you write like this, you will confuse your reader.
Yeah.
So instead of confusing, your intention is not to confuse the reader.
To communicate.
Yeah, you need to communicate. So don't write such sentences. Instead of this, you can write it clearly. I love Salam more than I love Yodit. Then there is no confusion. Or I love Salam more than Yodit loves Salam. That's how in one sentence you can write without any confusion.
The reason why they say you use this example is not using right such sentences.
Yes.
In speaking, you can use it, but Like it was when computing comes, in this time I asked it for clarity. But in your absence, the reader may not understand.
Yeah.
So if or she may react the way he or she understands. It may damage the communication. We need to have.
Actually,
You need to have the exact message you have in your mind.
correct. Yes.
In your mind. So recording is very important. The way we say, I love Salam more than Yoni does. This means both them love Salam, but the love I have for Salam is more than the love Yoni has for Salam. So the exact meaning which removes or avoids confusion is regarding the way I say I love Salam more than Yoni does. For the second meaning, you can say I love Salam more than I love Yoni. This is the way you can be very right. For
Yes.
speaking, you can do this one because you can be asked.
In writing, you have to be careful. You will not be there to explain to them. So you need to be very careful. The point here is you write only one sentence and it gives three different meanings that will not be easily understood by your reader. So what we are learning is we have to write in such a way that we should not confuse our reader in understanding our meaning. Right? Ambiguity means not only two meaning, it means more than one meaning. So it can also mean three different meanings. Sometimes some sentences will mean even some other meanings also. So better take care when you write something in English, write it clearly and properly so that your reader will understand exactly what you want them to understand. I believe you understand, right? Good. Number 3 is influencing the changes in structure of your sentences. Influencing the changes in the structure of your sentences. Once again, it's very much important when we study about word order. Word order. We have to know to put the words in the right order. Suppose you want to write a sentence with S plus V plus O. This is the structure, for example, SVO. Subject, verb, object. I love Salam. Right? This is the right way. If you do not know the way it has to be written, that is, first one is the subject, second one is the verb, and the third word is the object. And then if you don't know to write in this natural format, the right structure, then again it influences the changes in the structure, meaning you will create your own structure. You know, for example, when I was working in Eritrea, I was teaching in a classroom like your class. One student who was standing outside came to me. By the time my wife came there to see me, okay? You understand? My wife came there to see me. So My wife told him, go inside and call the teacher. So the student came inside. Teacher, my wife came. You understood? Teacher, my wife came. You are laughing, so you have understood the meaning in arranging the words. The boy did not arrange the word in the right order. You got it? He has to say, your wife came, something like that. So he came inside and he is informing me, teacher, my wife came. What do you think I will react? If your wife came, go and see her. Go just take her for a coffee. Why you are telling me that your wife came? Yes or no? So completely the scenario changes. All these problems will take place if we do not know how to arrange the words in our sentence. If we do not know to use the right word in our sentence. So this is the pattern if you want to write like this. Normal pattern. If it's a normal sentence, it has to be in this way. Suppose it is an imperative sentence. If it is imperative, this is normal. If this is imperative, just you should know to write only the main verb, stop. Or you can also say, stop taking drugs. Stop taking drugs. If it is imperative. Imperative means middle. To order, to command. Right? Good. So in imperative sentences, we don't follow this method. We start the sentence with the main verb. We don't need to use the subject to this sentence. If you say stop to someone, it means you stop. That's the meaning. So the subject you is hidden here. Why we hide it? Because the pattern of writing imperative sentence, the structure of writing imperative sentences start with the main verb. So if you use to say this, you stop taking drugs, that means you are forming an unusual way of writing imperative sentences. Perhaps if it's a teacher like me and Dr. Gupta, we will understand, right, that's also acceptable, not a problem. What about a beginner? In my school, they taught me this way, but this man is adding you also here. What's the use? Like that new beginner will be confused. So we should know this. Suppose you are asking a question, interrogative sentence, then you should know how to frame the structure of interrogative sentences. If you are using a verb to start the question, the verb should be in the first place. Interrogative. Are you all students? We are not writing you are all students when we write interrogative sentence. If you write you are all students, is it a question or just a statement? It's just a statement, right? So when you want to ask a question, and if you produce a sentence by saying you are all students, then it won't be a question, It will be just like that boy told me, my wife came. Yes or no? So you should know what is in your mind. Is it a question? Or you are going to order somebody something? Or you are writing a normal sentence? What do you want to write? Keep it clearly in your mind. Then you start writing. Without knowing the idea on how to put the words in the right order, without knowing the exact purpose of writing, if you start writing, you will lose the pattern of the sentences, the structure of the sentences. It will influence the change in the structure. Do you understand? So you should know exactly to write in the right way. If you are going to ask a question, you should know how to start with. If you are going to write a normal sentence, you should know how to start with and end. If you are going to write an imperative sentence or an exclamatory sentence, you should also know how to write. I doubt the students sitting at the back, you follow me or no? Very good, very good. I heard your voice. I wanted someone to speak from last bench. Very good, mister. So, did you understand what we discussed today? Yes or no? So I'm going to ask you some questions. You should answer me now. The one is here on the board directly, so you will know. At least the other two I will ask you whether I want to know whether you remember it or not. We have seen three different problems. The problems that will arise if we do not know how to use the right words in the right order. What is number one? Meaning changes, meaning changes. So you should know to write it clearly, put the words in the right place so that you will give the right meaning to the one who is going to read your writing. What is the second one? Yes. Otherwise, here in the second one, if you do not know how to clearly say something in your writing, then the meaning what you are conveying will confuse your readers because your sentence has created ambiguity. It is called ambiguous sentence. So you should avoid ambiguity whenever you write English sentences. And the third one is you should know to follow the right structure of your sentence depending on what you want to write. If it's a question, you should know how to ask. If it's a normal sentence, you should know how to put the words in order. Or if it's imperative or exclamatory sentences, you should also know how to put the words in the right order. You got the point? These are the skills in writing in English language. You are writing, you are learning basic writing skills, yes? These are all the skills, actual skills or practical skills in our writing in day-to-day life. You must know. And that too, you are the students of the English department, so you must learn these things. Learn and start using it in your day-to-day life. You are learning to use, not to forget. So use them. These are some of the skills that you have to learn in order to be a good writer and effective writer. I believe you have understood this small class, the content of this small class, yes? Good. So we are ending this class with these points today. I hope I will see you again soon and we will be learning about the various types of writing. Good. Thank you so much for being here, and viewers, thank you so much for watching this video.